Hi everyone, my name is John and thank you for watching this video. And today I just want to talk about silence and freedom. This is because there is a lot of noise, there is a lot of activity, there is a lot of things to do, but the resources, time, even the peace of mind, even the freedom itself becomes a scarce thing or is unachievable. You know, I want to help you understand or discover the importance of or the beauty of silence and how to achieve freedom that is beyond any practice, but is a self-discovery, is a self-discovery thing. When you look at everything, everything starts from something. Let's say, if you want to draw a circle and you get your pen or a chalk or a pencil, before you even make a point where to start, then there is that point in the mind before you say it starts from here. Then as you go around, there's so many circles until when you come back to where you started. But also when you're going around, there is a center. And if you look at how you act, how everything is set, it has a starting point. It has a center. And that is who you are. Everything else that is happening, that is changing, every object that is happening, every thought, is coming from something. It's just like before I see this light, then there has to be light falling on it. Then there has to be that projection of the image. Then there has to be that in the mind. Then before even the mind is able to see it, it has to get some power from somewhere. It has to get a source. In order to interpret this image, and before that is related to other images in the memory and say this is called a light, this is a cup, then there is that which is the source of everything. And that it has no color. That is why all colors appear in it. It has no shape. That is why all shapes appear in it. It has no form. That's why all forms appear in it. It has no dimensions. That's why all dimensions appear in it. It has no sound. That's why all sounds, including the silence, if you keep quiet, before you're able to hear that silence, there has to be that which is perceiving the silence. It is neither hot or cold. It has no temperature. That's why all temperatures appear in it. And that's why through the senses you're able to tell this is hot, this is cold. And that never changes. All these other things that are experienced through the senses, these are noise, sound, voice, objects, every other thing that is perceived through the senses is like it's noise. But for you to get to the absolute silence, which is able even to detect the silence, and even to some extent that can also be perceived, and you are that. If you're able to go to that silence and see yourself as the source of everything, everything is happening from that, then you'll see everything else as an object. And for you not to get involved in anything, they will happen because you have the senses. You'll be able to perceive them, but you are not this object. If it's happiness, before even that object you think makes you happy, there has to be that perception in the senses. And for that to be also, is also perceived. And so you are that. And even the thought, the happiness, which is an experience, can also be experienced, can also be seen. And that source, who is the source of every experience, the source of everything, is who you are. So you are not missing anything, it's only that. And everything is appearing, or it's happening, or is being experienced in it. It is the source of everything. It's only that the limitations of the mind, the limitations of the senses, the body, that records or saves everything in the memory, you've not been able to experience everything in the physical sense. And so, as such, you are looking for satisfaction in objects, you're looking for experiences through the senses. But if you go beyond that and see you are the source of everything, even the unexperienced in the physical sense is experienced. You get to that level of happiness that is not caused by objects. You get to that level of wisdom beyond the physical. You get to know, or to get the joy and enjoy the beauty of who you are, the unlimited being you are. And that is silent. So there is that beauty of experiencing that, who you truly are. And if you remain grounded in that, everything else will happen. Everything else happens from that. You get to the core of the Creator, because everything is happening in that. And you are that. That never changes from when you're a small boy or a small girl, even before you're born. And because this body is also an object, can be perceived in the senses or through the senses, it's not real. It's changing. That which is not true or not real changes. That which never changes, that is what is true. That's the beauty of that which or who you are. So people have just been attached to objects because they're only stuck in the physical. But if you look at that physical, its existence, its appearance is happening in consciousness. Everything is happening in you. And we are in the same consciousness. That's why everything is appearing. But our conditioning in the mind, it's different. And that's why we say it's like we are interpreting based on our conditioning is different. It's like we see things differently, but that's the conditioning, and that's how everything is happening. If you get to the source or the core of creation or the creator, then you'll see everything happening. You'll be able to see fear as a thought, as an activity in the mind. You'll be able to see memory as an object, and is not true. That which even makes the memory, that which is the basis of thoughts, leave alone the thoughts, the basis of the thoughts themselves, the basis of all objects. Even before you think, you are there and you are that. Even the thought itself is happening in consciousness, because it's perceived. It is an object. And if you look at how wise that is, if you look at how plants carry out their activities, how photosynthesis takes place, how water is absorbed in mineral salts through the roots. Look at how a tree grows, its stability, and how it produces the flowers, how the fruits, the seeds. Look at you as a human being, how your processes are, nervous system, skeleton. Look at how digestion, respiration, reproduction takes place. It's so amazing, so unimaginable, with a lot of perfection and intelligence. How the absorption, how digestion takes place, how a baby is created in the womb, how birth takes place. It has a lot of wisdom, and that is just what you've been able to see or perceive through the senses. You are that. So, when did you become limited? Is when you only accept, the moment you accepted that you're this body, this mind, think. That's when you realize, that's when you started becoming limited. But if you go to the source of who you truly are, when you discover who you truly are, then you'll be happy always. So I hope this short video serves you, and until next time, you're blessed and have a nice day.